Why do some people hold power while others, equally competent and hardworking, remain stuck in the middle? If you've ever wondered why someone less talented or even less ethical seems to advance faster, you're not alone. Jeffrey Pfeffer, Stanford professor and author of Power, Why Some People Have It and Others Don't, argues that the key reason is simple but uncomfortable. They actively pursue power while others shy away from it. For many of us, the very idea of power feels awkward, even dirty. We grew up believing in the just world assumption, the comforting but misleading belief that if you keep your head down, do excellent work, and remain authentic, success will come on its own. Unfortunately, the corporate world doesn't work that way. Pfeffer's research shows that visibility, relationships, and the willingness to play the game often matter more than quiet competence. So why does power make so many people uncomfortable? And why do leaders need it anyway? Why leaders can't avoid power? Being a leader isn't about being liked. It's about delivering results. That sometimes means upsetting people, whether by firing underperformers, reshuffling teams, or challenging the status quo. Without power, you can't make these tough calls stick. Pfeffer argues that authenticity, a leadership buzzword we all love, can actually become a trap. Leaders who insist on always being themselves may avoid doing things that feel unnatural but are necessary to advance their agenda. For instance, you might prefer to spend lunch breaks with friends or family rather than networking with senior executives. But if those in power don't know you, your influence won't grow. The hard truth is this: you can be authentic after you've built enough power to make a difference. Until then, playing the game isn't a betrayal of your values. It's the price of entry into the arena where real change happens. The price of power. Here's the question many people avoid. Are you willing to pay the price power demands? Power requires time, energy, and emotional labor. It asks you to step outside your comfort zone, speak up in meetings, network strategically, and promote your work without feeling arrogant. Make unpopular decisions, hold people accountable, challenge bad ideas, and risk being disliked. Reallocate your time. Spend less of it with people who make you feel safe and more with those who can help advance your career. Many people refuse to pay this price because it feels uncomfortable. But as Pfeffer notes, leadership is not about personal comfort. It's about effectiveness. How to start building power, Pfeffer's advice. If you want to lead, you need power. Here are some practical strategies inspired by Pfeffer's work. Diagnose the power map. Every organization has a power structure that isn't always reflected on the org chart. Who makes decisions? Whose opinions shape outcomes? Understanding this informal network is the first step toward influence. Get closer to those in power. Proximity matters. If senior leaders know you, see your contributions, and trust you, you gain visibility and influence. That means volunteering for projects where powerful people are involved or finding ways to solve their problems directly. Use unexploited resources. Maybe you have expertise in an area others overlook or relationships with clients others ignore. Turn these into sources of value. Power often comes from controlling something others need but don't have. Reconsider your relationships. Pfeffer famously asks, who do you spend time with? If you mostly socialize with peers at your level, your network won't expand. Reallocate your time toward mentors, decision-makers, and influencers who can open doors. Play the long game. Power rarely comes overnight. Building it requires consistent, deliberate action, expanding your network, increasing your visibility, and aligning yourself with the right people and projects. Why social relationships matter more than you think. Many talented professionals underestimate how critical relationships are for career advancement. Pfeffer's research shows that power flows through social networks. The more people know you, trust you, and rely on you, the more influence you have. That means rethinking how you allocate your time. If you spend 90% of it with colleagues who can't affect your career trajectory, you're limiting your future. Instead, seek out opportunities to connect with people who have access to information, resources, and decision-making authority. This doesn't mean abandoning old friends or becoming fake. It means expanding your circle strategically so you can have more impact. Final thoughts: getting comfortable with power. If the word power makes you uncomfortable, ask yourself why. Is it because you equate power with manipulation or corruption? Pfeffer would argue that power simply gives you the ability to get things done. Without it, even the best ideas die in meetings, the most talented leaders get ignored, and the most passionate visions never see daylight. Leadership is about results. and results require power. The real question isn't whether power is good or bad. It's whether you're willing to do what it takes to acquire it so you can make the impact you dream of.